Hey everyone, this is Tony, Tainted Lord A7, and here's part 10, yes, part 10 of my CD collection. So let's begin. The first one is actually a freebie from a good friend of mine, and that's The Scorpions, Love at First Sting. My friend of mine has the vinyl version of this album, and he gave me a free CD off that vinyl as a gift. So yeah, free CD, free album, can't complain. But yeah, Scorpions, Love at First Sting. Everybody knows this is a classic album from the Scorpions. So so this one actually have a bunch of bonus tracks on it as well. But yeah, a freebie is a freebie. So yeah, Scorpions, Love at First Sting. Okay, the next two albums are from the same band. The first one being August Burns Red, Guardians. Some really heavy as hell metalcore that's angry, aggressive, heavy, and has some raging riffs to back it up. One of the better metalcore bands in this day and age, in my opinion. So yeah, August Burns Red, Guardians. Next up is August Burns Red, Phantom Anthem. Yeah, Phantom Anthem by August Burns Red. Another really good metalcore album that is just crushingly good, heavy as hell, and has some raging riffs to back it up. So, yeah, August Burns Red, Phantom Anthem. Next up is Billy Talent 2. Yeah, Billy Talent are like a Canadian hard rock band, I guess. Not a band that I really follow that much. Yeah, they're not really a band that I follow that much. Like this one and the next one are the only two Billy Talent albums that I really enjoy. And yeah, if you're into some good Canadian hard rock, pop rock, I guess, then check out Billy Talent. And this is Billy Talent too, the second album, I believe. And next up is the debut album, Billy Talent, the self-titled album. Like I said, Billy Talent 2 and this one are the only two albums that I need from this band. Everything else I'm just like meh. I'm not really interested, but yeah, Billy Talent's self-titled debut album is a good hard rock, pop rock album. Has a couple of good songs on here and it's enjoyable for what it is. So yeah, Billy Talent. Next up is The Faceless. Yeah, The Faceless, Autotheism. Some really good technical death metal. Just really heavy and really heavy and technical, but not over the top technical. It's just a solid album. But yeah, The Faceless, Autotheism, a good technical death metal album. Next up, the next one is The Faceless, In Becoming a Ghost. Yeah, The Faceless, In Becoming a Ghost. Another solid technical death metal album from these guys. Next up is all my Korn CDs. The first one being Korn, The Nothing, a really solid album from Korn. Heavy and groovy and aggressive and angry and probably the most emotional album they've done so far. So yeah, Korn, The Nothing, really good album. Next up is the next one is Korn, Requiem. Pretty good album. Um, yeah, it's a pretty good album. Really solid. I feel like this album is a little bit rushed compared to the Nothing, but Requiem is still a pretty good album from Korn. Really good stuff in my opinion. So yeah, Korn, Requiem. Next up is Korn, The Serenity of Suffering. Yeah, The Serenity of Suffering by Korn. A very, very, very good album. And a return to form to the more heavy new metal days of the 90s. And it's just a solid album. You know, very riffy, heavy, groovy, and just a solid album. So yeah, Korn, The Serenity of Suffering. Next up is Korn, Take a Look in the Mirror. Yeah, Korn, Take a Look in the Mirror. A very, very good album from Korn. If you love new metal, I think you would dig this album. So yeah, Korn, Take a Look in the Mirror. Next up is Korn, Untouchables. To me, the best album of the 2000s. This is the best album in my opinion. Korn's Untouchable is just an excellent new metal album. Good stuff. Really enjoy this one. So Korn, Untouchables. Next up is Korn, Issues. Another really good Korn album from the late 90s. So yeah, Korn, Issues. A really good new metal album. Next up is Korn, the self-titled album, and what a self-titled album. For a new metal debut, this is just some raw, aggressive, emotional, angry, maniacal debut from Korn. Just some really dark but good stuff from the early 90s. So yeah, Korn, the self-titled album. Okay, the next band is a band that I'm pretty sure nobody has heard of, and that's Solium Fatalis, The Undying Season. Yeah, Solium Fatalis, all like a death metal band that I think should be more known, more recognized. And as far as I know, this is a really good album. It's been a while since I've listened to Solium Fatalis, The Undying Season, but the last time I heard it, it was a solid death metal album, extreme metal album, and definitely a band that more people should check out. So, yeah, Solium Fatalis, The Undying Season, really good death metal, really good extreme metal album. Okay, next up is all my Marilyn Manson CDs. So, despite the controversy surrounding Marilyn Manson, I like to separate the art from the artist, and I still enjoy his music, despite the controversies surrounding Marilyn Manson. Okay, the first one is "We Are Chaos" by Marilyn Manson. A really, really good album. Um, Definitely gives me like the Depeche Mode vibes, believe it or not, and it's just a solid Marilyn Manson album. "We Are Chaos." Next up is Marilyn Manson, Hollywood, On the Shadows of the Valley of Death. Yeah, this is the album that really made me a fan of Marilyn Manson. Like, if you're into like some alternative rock, shock rock, with a little bit of industrial rock, I definitely recommend Marilyn Manson's Hollywood. This is a really good album, in my opinion. Next up is Marilyn Manson's Eat Me, Drink Me. Yeah, a pretty good album. Not bad. Um, yeah, nothing really more to say except if you're into some industrial rock, then definitely check out Marilyn Manson's Eat Me, Drink Me. Next up is Marilyn Manson's Heaven Upside Down. Another really good Marilyn Manson album. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less. Just a really solid album from Marilyn Manson. So yeah, Heaven Upside Down. Next up is Antichrist Superstar by Marilyn Manson. Definitely one of his best albums in my opinion. Just a bunch of solid songs. Um, it has like it has the song "The Beautiful People," "Tourniquet," and and yeah, overall just a really solid album from Marilyn Manson. So yeah, Antichrist Superstar by Marilyn Manson. Next up is Marilyn Manson, The Golden Age of Grotesque. Another very solid album from Marilyn Manson. You know, if you're into some alternative rock, industrial rock with a little more heaviness, definitely check out Marilyn Manson's The Golden Age of Grotesque. Really good stuff. Definitely one of my favorites from him. Next one is Marilyn Manson, Least We Forget, The Best Of. Yeah, it's a compilation. It's a best of album. Nothing really more to say except this would be a good album to introduce new fans of Marilyn Manson, but just something neat to have. So yeah, Least We Forget, The Best Of from Marilyn Manson. Pretty good best of album. And the last Marilyn Manson album that I have is Portrait of an American Family. I feel that this is a really underrated album from Marilyn Manson, but I think it's a good album, you know? Again, if you're into alternative rock, industrial rock, this is a really good early album from Marilyn Manson. So yeah, Portrait of an American Family, good stuff. I like this one. Next up is Creed, Human Clay. I'm not the biggest Creed fan, but this and the next album are the only Creed albums that I really need. Like, if you're into some 90s alternative rock, then definitely check out Creed's Human Clay. Really good stuff, and definitely one of the better albums, in my opinion. So, yeah, Creed's Human Clay. And the second Creed album that I have is Weathered. Yeah, Weathered by Creed is another solid Creed album in the discography. Like I said, this one and Human Clay is all I need from Creed, but this is a good album if you're into alternative rock. So, yeah, Creed's Weathered. And the last CD for this CD collection is Shinedown. Attention, Attention. Um, it's a pretty good album if you're into some alternative rock. Shinedown is not really a band I follow that much, and I bought this album just to dip my toes in their music. and it's pretty good for what it is, but Shinedown is just not the band for me. But this one's a good album from Shinedown, so yeah, Attention Attention by Shinedown. And that's it. That's part 10 of my CD collection. Hopefully, everyone enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below and look forward to part 11. Take care and have a good day, night, afternoon, wherever you are.